Hi, my name is Monica.
And I'm Megan.
And welcome to another episode of Galaxy, your go-to for all things entrepreneurship. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can fund your startup business very early on. And we know that it's a very daunting aspect of creating a business. Like, how are you going to fund it? Will you have enough to finance like employees or have enough money to pay for certain programs or a workspace? And we're here to talk a little bit about that. So Megan and I have done this thing called Bootstrapped, and that's basically when you use free resources for the programs that you need. For example, Megan and I use like later.com and Slack, and we use the free versions of these programs so that we don't really have to pay for subscriptions every month, and that money doesn't pile up in the long run. So that's what a bootstrapping is. And it's basically just keeping your costs very low, and it's very useful, especially for your first couple months and years when you don't really have a lot of money coming in from your sales.
Yeah, so bootstrapping definitely saves every dollar possible. And another way that Monica and I have really gotten a lot of our funds is through pitch competitions. And they're really awesome, they're super fun. And right now during COVID, it's extra opportunity because a lot of them are virtual. So you don't have to travel to the location where they're located. So that's super awesome. Definitely take advantage of that right now. But to explain kind of more what pitch competitions are, they're usually on your business model or what your venture is about. So you basically create a pitch deck, which is like a bunch of slides talking about your problem, solution, business model, traction, etc. And then you also have a pitch that goes along with it. So those are the two main things that are usually part of pitch competitions. And you can go ahead and apply online. And if you're wondering what do you search for, where would I find them? So a lot of times they're sponsored by accelerators, incubators, and colleges, and sometimes companies just sponsor them if they want to do some community outreach. So there's lots of places that you can find them. Definitely just search. And if they happen to be in person in the future, definitely look in your area, especially at your colleges, to see if anything's going on. But like I said, once you find one, you can apply, and they're super fun. Like, I think it's really fun to put together a pitch deck and record your pitches or do them live and get some feedback on your product, which is honestly so valuable because it's so hard sometimes to find people to review your product, and all of a sudden you have a whole panel of judges. And I would definitely encourage you to do it. Monica and I have won 2 so far. The first was through a company called AHA, and they were one of the companies that really gave us our foundation funding and that were able to help us fund our advertise. And then more recently, Monica and I won the New York Business Plan competition in the Energy and Environment tract, as well as the Women in Business Award, which was super incredible. Like, that was one of the best moments ever, like all our hard work paying off. We worked really hard to get to the finals of that competition, and it really helped us with funding the rest of our inventory. So definitely go for it. You never know what's going to happen. Just go in with confidence, and you never know, you might just get the funding you really need.
Yeah, and another really important tip, if you're not sure where to start with finding where you can apply to a pitch competition, you can definitely talk to mentors. So reaching out to your people on LinkedIn, or if you're at a college or university, you can reach out to people in charge of like an incubator or accelerator, or people who have helped startups in the past. Like, they'll know where to direct you with pitch competitions. And then the last way that we've really secured funding is through our Kickstarter campaign. So if you're new to Kickstarter, it's basically a crowdsourcing platform where you can put your creative idea or product, and it doesn't have to be completed yet, but basically you get funding to complete and produce this product. So for us, we already had in production our pantyhose, but we did this Kickstarter so that we can have more exposure of our brand and our garment, as well as to get that funding and to really kickstart our brand building process. So Megan and I had this 30-day long campaign, and we had different levels of backing options. So each level had a different reward, whether you wanted just some stickers or you wanted to back by buying 6 pairs of Evertights and be an ambassador. Those were the different levels, and Megan and I were able to secure our goal. That's an important step with Kickstarter, is that you really have to reach your goal by the deadline, because if not, then you won't get any of the backers' orders. So it's very important to reach your goal. So we will also have a video about how to prepare for a Kickstarter, what are the requirements, all of that. And if you had any questions about what we've said before this on bootstrapping and on pitch competitions, we will also have videos in the upcoming weeks about these topics as well.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week to learn more about bootstrapping and how to fund your startup. Make sure to tune in next week to get exactly what we did for bootstrapping and more.
Have a nice week, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.